I think the electricity generation is a little bit complicated because some of it goes into production, some of it actually goes to consumption. The fact that the electricity consumption growth is a little bit higher than generation side is because I think the consumption side consumption is a lot faster than the growth faster.
That's a good sign, right?
That's a good sign, actually, yeah. So I think the electricity index itself is actually a very important index, indicative of the overall economic growth. I know that for a fact, Premier Li Keqiang pays a lot of attention to electricity generation. So this is actually a very good sign. Now, in terms of the quality of growth, I think we have to understand that not all GDPs are created equal. $100 GDP created today is probably very different from $100 GDP created, say, 10 years ago. Today, our government stresses very importantly the importance of air pollution, for example. In other words, $100 GDP created today in the context of better roads, better living standard, less pollution, for example, is very different from 10 years ago. So I think even at a smaller growth rate, 6.6% this year, for last year, 2018, compared to, say, about like 10% 10 years ago, it's very different. Yeah. It is very different. So I think in that context, the overall growth rate is not surprising to me, actually. I mean, of course, we have to also admit that overall economic growth is going to slow down eventually, no matter what, because we are getting bigger and bigger. And it's very, very difficult to grow at the same speed, same pace when you become the second largest economy, if not the largest economy in the world. So in economics, we have this convergence theory that advanced economies eventually all sort of taper off their growth rate, always eventually slows down to 2 or 3%. So this is actually not surprising. Then, of course, last year we had some difficulties with the United States in terms of the trade frictions, and also the global macroeconomic environment is also kind of slowing down. So all things combined, we are seeing 6.6%, which is not bad at all, in my opinion.